If Stipe is next, is there any chance Francis could be still on the mix? And
No.
you're still talking to him?
No.
What's
We negotiated with him for years.
So it's over?
It's over. That's over. Yeah.
That means Francis will never come back to the UFC?
No. He'll never be in the UFC.
And those are the words according to Dana White, who emphatically stated that after contracting negotiations failed to bring Ngannou back on a new deal, and the UFC isn't interested in future talks to his return, when the two sides couldn't come to an agreement, Ngannou relinquished the UFC heavyweight title and now remains a free agent with the ability to sign with any other promotion in the world. And Dana White stated that we negotiated with him for years. White responded when asked about the UFC, if the UFC would ever try to re-sign Ngannou. It's over. That's over. He'll never be in the UFC again. And let me counterpunch. Of course, we know the UFC is notorious for their ability to make huge fights. And with Ngannou gone, we got Cyril Gane will take on John Jones. John Jones have got massively bigger. I covered it a lot on my other channel that I had, and that should be a good fight, and he hasn't been fighting for 3 years, so go figure. They're able to do certain things, but not all things, okay? With Francis Ngannou and Dana White, him saying that he'll never be in the UFC again, I think the reason for that is bitterness, okay? Dana White knows that Francis Ngannou could make money anywhere, especially on the boxing platform. Even if he was to just sign and start from scratch, which a lot of those guys don't do, like i.e. Conor McGregor, he got the Mayweather fight first. He bypassed dozens of boxers that was way more qualified than him, but he was already a star on that particular platform, and Francis Ngannou is no exception. Okay, he follows that cab right behind Conor McGregor, and I think Dana White knows this, and he knows that he can't compete with the amount of money that Francis Ngannou would get coming or being welcoming into a platform like boxing. Okay, now you have boxing within MMA, but the problem with MMA fighters, a lot of them, there's only so many fighters that actually make the type of money that they deserve compared to boxers. And Dana White knows that. Okay. And there was talks of Dana White coming to boxing like earlier this year. I don't know if that's came to a screeching halt because he's lost Ngannou. And if that's the case, that's probably one of the reasons why he stated that he'll never sign him, because he will probably wanted himself to promote Ngannou on the boxing end or on that side of things, and then make his UFC star also a boxing star. So that may be one of the reasons why he stated he'll never work with him again. Because if you say something like that, being a promoter, you have to carry some type of malice, okay? Some type of extreme dislike towards a fighter to say something like that. You know what I mean? And now hearing that Deontay Wilder wants Ngannou, Anthony Joshua wants Ngannou, Tyson Fury wants Ngannou. Like, everybody wants Ngannou for their particular fight. They want that crossover fight. And Dana White knows that Francis carries a platform of the UFC, and people from the UFC is going to view in. And he knows that. So I think, someone that appears to have integrity but bitterness at the same time, he would rather state that, hey, I'll never work for Francis again. In other words, it's like this, people. If you know you're about to get dumped by somebody that was better looking than you, has more on the ball than you, it's better for you to go ahead and dump that person to save face, right? I think that's what Dana White's saying there. He's already left UFC. Now saying, well, hey, I never did. We tried. I don't work with him no more anyway. That's the vibes that I'm getting from Dana White. Nothing but really disdain and probably regret, you know what I mean? And definitely bitterness. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Dana White stating that he will never work with Francis Ngannou again because he's came over on this side of the street in the world of boxing, the sport that I love, that I hate so much. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.